Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 145 of Trials and Trebuchets. I am your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me are my players, whose names and characters and classes and levels are...
Hello, my name is Ben. It's good to see everybody again.
It's been 1,000 years!
I play the level 7 gnome wizard, Windsor Wallaby, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles.
Meow!
Hello, it is me, Carla, and I play the level 7 tiefling roguelike Integrity Idleberry. Everybody, swim team's back. All right. Yeah. We're back, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Hi, I'm
Perhaps.
Sarah, and I'm no longer Larkin Ridley. In fact, I am Mira Marchand.
Oh,
I play
no.
Mira Marchand, the level 7 half-elf bard. It's time for Autumn's Blend to end. Now word is sent for Autumn's Mend.
Wow.
And
What a fun...
sorry.
No, that was it. I didn't have thoughts. What a fun...
And my name is Sam, and I play the level 7 human sorceress Saranep Cinderman. Back from the past, or should I say
Dead.
the glass. Aha.
Back from the glass is such a good way to say it.
I was trying to say like blast from the glass. Like I was trying to figure out how to say it
glass.
basically.
Glass from the past.
From the glass from the
And
past.
Glass from the past is
time.
kind of good, actually, because some of the glass
Yeah.
is from the past.
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students split up. Mira hung out with Delnis and Delnis's mother Adeline, watching the start of a thrilling duel starring the one and only Joan Kingsley. Marry me, Joan. The people cried out before Mira witnessed, partook in, experienced a brief and bristly vision of Empress Terrassus. Meanwhile, Saraneph entertained Honora and Ernest Idleberry with shocking lightning magics, while herself avoiding the presence of mimics. And finally, the power duo of Integrity and Winsler persuaded the keeper of the list of warlocks to accept the role as shepherd of potentiality. How many titles can this chest receive? They potentially set the potentiality smushed canvas of Wildcliff, School of the Arcane, back to its resting and natural state in the year 954. But that remains to be seen. So, we see two individuals standing in a cavern. We see the one and only Integrity Idleberry and the one and only Winsler Wallaby. Could you please, since it is the beginning of a new arc, describe yourselves? FYI, it is the beginning of a new arc. Changing the arc.
Does this mean I get to spontaneously have new clothes?
Absolutely, yeah. We got a budget increase between the seasons.
The smush also fixed whatever you were wearing.
Yeah, describe yourselves, what your appearance physically is, and the clothes you're wearing, please.
All right, well, Windsor's outfit is not really any different from previous. You know, he's got the gray hat. He's got the overalls with like the cute little plain shirt and like the mint and white striped pants.
Perfect.
Integrity's still very much wearing her previous clothes from before the new arc. But this time around, she also has the same hair. Nothing has changed. Still red-haired with black streaks running on the side. She is now, however, holding a bunch of pages. From what I remember, around 100 pages of the old
List of warlocks.
book of warlocks.
Yes, this is the case.
Yes, so that is what Integrity looks like. Still short-haired, nothing changed. Like, I would imagine that she's just jumping around because she's scared that the entire world shook and she's worried for her siblings.
Okay.
And I guess her mom as well.
Absolutely. So the two of you are standing here, the chest, the mimic, the keeper of the list of warlocks, Keepsie, had just vanished before your very eyes, and the world had just returned from being a mere finish. It is now a regular finish, that of stone. The birds are made of bird, the stone is made of stone, as it were. There are many birds clustered around on the floor here in this crow loft. Some of them look a bit confused as you look around, the two of you, and mutter out a tiny I as they peck around at the ground. Was there anything you two wanted to do, or are we just skedaddling?
Skedaddling. is my guess. Do you have
Yeah,
anything to do
we'll
with
skedaddle. I mean, it's kind of just an empty room with birds in it now.
Perfect. The two of these figures, these students, Integrity and Winsler, skedaddle from the crow loft down through a miraculous shaft in the stone, 200 feet in some manner that we don't need to describe, and out into the old chapel.
One day we'll set up a ladder in there.
As you enter into the old chapel, might become noticeable is the smell of staleness that is laced into the air. Dust coats things in a regular and expected manner. The stairwell creaks as you expect it to. And there is a chill in the air, just as you might hope that there is. You can make perception checks if you're paying close attention, but you don't feel obligated to. If you're just rushing out, do not make this check.
I'll roll.
Okay, Ben.
I won't.
roll. Okay.
I like rolling.
Please roll for me then. He's
That's an
analyzing.
18.
Ooh,
Damn.
an 18. Yes, there's dust where dust ought to be and dust where dust not ought to be. There is certain crusties on the ground which denote that an oblex once trod here, as you might recall from ages gone by. The calcified, encrusted footprints of Bailey Blue trotting out with oblex goop on his feet. It still remains here under a couple of those benches. The other thing to note would be you notice behind the altar there's 6 little alcoves, which were there still in the other potentiality, that smushed version of Wildcliff Winsler. But now you notice, just out of the corner of your eye, as a passing detail, they look much less worn than they were. Almost like they are unused, untouched. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
And-
it's almost near mint.
Yeah, they look nearly to be mint, as if they were like they're the idols or shrines to the 6 deities that are just untouched. They have layers of dust on them, but don't look to be worn down by usage or anything.
Huh.
And so, that being noted in your brainios, you can scoot on out of the old chapel. You push open the front doors, going. They squeak wildly.
I audibly make that sound.
Winsler, the doors are actually fine. Integrity, you push it open, and then Winsler behind you makes a sound like that. That's the sound. And then you all rush down these shallow stairs through a set of iron gates to find one Serenep Cinderman standing in the middle of a grassy little patch. There's a tree here. There's a small bench. And Serenep Cinderman, if you could be so kind as to describe yourself for the audience and the other players, so that we all have a firm understanding and visual picture of what Serenep looks like.
Okay. So I think the only really big differences from this and our last arc is there's not a plant in her head anymore. As everyone knows.
That's true.
I don't know if we ever confirmed if the green went down her hair, but like I've sort of just imagined that after a little while, it just kind of like covered her entire hair now. Like there's not any of the original color there anymore. And it's visible because I think with like her, like when the whole thing happening, her grabbing the kids and picking them up to try and keep them safe, she knocked her hood. She knocked like her scarf back, the one that looks like the falling leaves and like the pretty autumn colors. And she's wearing a different plain dress underneath the scarf, the long like scarf and shawl. I think it would be a little longer. Maybe it was a bit chillier in the morning, so she was wearing something to like cover her legs better. But yeah, she's just kind of standing there with 2 kids in her arms.
Yes.
Okay.
You two run up and see this tall, just stick skyscraper woman. She's 6 feet tall, folks. I'm just really doing it for the jokes.
Every arc we have to do it.
Standing there, she's scooped up these 2 little children, the Idleberry twins. One of them, a little boy, Ernest, wears a sweater with some shorts and suspenders. His sister, Nora, similarly dressed, but a human girl with black hair, if I recall properly.
Yes. Like blackish
So-
brown.
Okay, blackish brown-ish hair, yes, and so they have been scooped up. And Nora, the girl, seems to be in a state of of dread, having just eaten mini waffles. However, she seems to have overcome this after witnessing the world turn to mirrors. Ernest is very excitedly gibbering about things. You all run up and witness this. Integrity, Attlebary, and Winslow Wallaby. What do you say?
Ernest and Nora! And I'm going to run up towards them, and I'm going to sort of embrace them from Serenip, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, not steal it from her grasp.
Like, you're doing,
But-
like, are we doing a group hug? Is that what it is? Like, I'm hugging everybody. Let's go.
like, just like, you're
Grasping
real, you're
them.
still here, you're good.
Yes,
kind
yes.
of.
You run up to them. They feel to be made of flesh.
Good.
Good.
I would
Thing
hope
to
so.
say.
As opposed to the alternate cardboard.
That would be an odd default assumption that they weren't.
Ernest will say, Integrity, I saw, did you see that? The world turned to like mirrors. And Nora will say, yeah, it was spooky.
Yes, that tends to happen around us. I'm so glad that you guys are okay. Did Serenip take care of you?
They both nod and go, uh-huh.
Thank you so much, Serenip.
Is it done? Are they okay? Am I okay to? I was just worried about, you know, the glass. Is it done?
I think it worked out all right. We did it. I'm gonna assume based on how the kids are reacting, everybody saw what happened.
I saw in the
yeah.
mirror before Serenep, and he wipes his nose really big, Ernest does, and he goes, I saw before Serenep scooped us up in the mirror, it was me, but I was big and tall, probably taller than my dad, than Dad Integrity, and I was big, and I had big muscles and a cool big beard and like an eye patch, or like 2 eye patches almost.
You know, that's very surprising because beards do not run in our family, but okay.
All right, and based on that assumption, I'm gonna assume everybody else saw that.
It literally covered everything around us. I wouldn't be surprised if someone didn't see it.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah, we should where did Mira say that did you guys hear what Mira said?
You hear yelling a panic coming from the nearby evocation department as Serenep starts this line of questioning. Do you know where Mira went? And you hear loud yells of, stay where you're seated. Please do not freak out. And just people going, oh my God.
I mean, okay, that answers my question.
Yeah, it was Mira. You heard Mira yelling.
Mira's yelling, everyone
No.
please stay seated and calm down.
maybe it's a good idea if we, I don't know, feign ignorance about the whole thing. I tend to do that by default whenever I do something.
I mean, it's not like we did anything wrong this time, right?
I hope
Yes.
not, but I tend to do it anyways, just as a fail-safe. You never know.
Oh,
So we never did anything. It just happened.
yeah, we were just
What are you talking about,
hanging
Integrity?
out in the
Honora will say, but you just said these kind of things happen, and it seems like it worked out fine, though.
I'm saying that it's fine that we're not harmed. We didn't do anything.
You please make a deception check so that your
Oh, dear.
kid siblings believe you, Integrity Idleberry.
Can I help?
Yes, Winsler lends assistance, just by, in fact, saying, we did what, and all those other things you had said. So with that being said, Integrity roll with advantage, please. Deception, if
Deception,
you wouldn't
right?
mind. Yes.
Okay.
lie to your
either-
siblings.
Either
Yes.
18 plus 2 or 4 plus 2. So 18 plus 2.
Okay, so a 20 then.
20.
Honora will nod her head, wrapping her head around what you're saying to her, understanding the complexities of existing as an adult, I think, for a moment. But that might be a bit far above her, and she just seems to say, oh, so it was just that we're all okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And, like, looks a bit dazed, almost, as if she just got pulled.
Food coma?
A bit food coma, and a bit as if she just got pulled through potentiality to a place that she was not before. Yes.
We should probably look for Mira or our families.
Yeah, make sure they're all okay, because Mira left us to go hang out with Delness, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're both reacting to what just happened.
We cut to Mira. You are in the evocation department. Someone in the row right behind you just yelled, "Oh my God, the world's ending!" and then got up and sprinted out of their seat. Everyone most people just watch that person run and seem to think of them as slightly odd. The mirror finish receded probably 30 seconds ago, just for your sake of knowing. Could you describe standing here in the bleachers in the evocation department, Mira Marchand, for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So Mira is a half elf. She is 5'8". She's very well put together. She has dark skin and has afro puffs. Today she is wearing a forest green sweater with a knee-length gray skirt and some black tights with ankle boots. And then I think she's got a big billowy orange scarf that's probably blowing in the wind now that the mirror stuff and the world stopping has moved away.
That's very almost Ghibli in describing a scarf billowing in the wind.
Well, it's the end of autumn, so you got to get all the autumn fashions in before we run out of time.
I love the description of very put together. That's very funny to me. So, Mira, you're standing here. If I recall, you had just had a brief exchange, very courteous and calm in nature with Empress Terrassus. If I recall right,
calm. Definitely.
And you're sitting, or you had sat down afterwards, if I recall properly. The details of that don't particularly matter. What does matter is here with you in the stands next to you, or in your local proximity, is your girlfriend Delness Wraithrin, who has a big nose, blonde hair, is wearing a hot dog adjacent hat and black clothes. And her mother, Adeline, who is dressed in, has red lipstick on, is flush, but pale, but still flush, as if they are someone who as if she stays inside and doesn't see much of the light of sun.
That's what it is.
She also has very long blonde hair and seems to be wearing very, very many layers of floral printed robes that look to be very fine of make. So you had just had this vision. Adeline will reach out and say, "Are you okay?"
Yes, I am all good. I think so. Sorry, I got a little dazed.
Your eyes glazed over.
Yeah, the mirror finish and everything being what it was. But I think I am good now. Sorry for any concern. Is everything okay? Or are you all? Is everything good?
Yes, everything seems to be fine on our end. What was that you said about potentiality? And she'll kind of lean in a bit when she says that, so as not to speak too loudly, Mira. You said it might have been fixing itself? You hoped it was fixing itself?
Okay, I think so. Hang on. I'm just gonna try something. Artist Artesian.
Everyone explodes.
That is quite the play.
Yeah, that is quite the play.
Does this video game have team hurt? I don't know. Shoots the other person. No, I guess it works.
Mira, you yell Artist Artesian.
I wouldn't say I yell it.
Okay, you say it a bit loud after a moment of pause and thought, hesitantly almost. No, some people kind of look at you. Delness will look at you and kind of questioningly or
Should have went with Bailey
confused.
Blue.
And Adeline will just stare at you almost with a steely gaze and say, "What was that supposed to do? Was that supposed to do anything? Was that a magic code phrase or of some sort?"
Ideally nothing, and nothing happened, so
Okay.
that's good. So that means I think things have fixed themselves, so I think everything is okay now. I can explain things to you in more detail, but I don't think it would be a good idea to do that in a space that is this public.
Why? Okay. I think that something might be wrong with you because your eyes glazed over a bit when I spoke to you, and it almost looked like you were going to fall over. Do you think that it would be a smart idea for us to go and I could make sure that you're okay? I know certain things about medicine and the sort. Delnus looks kind of questioningly at that, by the way, Mira.
Yeah, this seems very suspicious.
You can insight check it if you'd
Yeah,
like.
I would love to insight check that actually.
Okay.
Because this is, I'm concerned about
This
that.
is not.
12 plus, what even is my insight? 3, 15.
Her tone and expression have definitely shifted. You don't. It's difficult to tell how much of that is concern over your health versus concern about the situation.
But do I get any like
and-
malicious vibes out
yes.
of this?
You get there is overt malicious vibe. Yeah. For the
Fear.
15, this point, yes, the tone has shifted to be a bit more interrogative than before, or than she regularly, I think, would be. It reminds you of the first time you met her more so than when she was talking to you earlier.
The facade drops for a second. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like injured. I think it was just because of the stuff that was happening with potentiality. I think I'm okay in that front. I'm happy to talk about everything. Maybe if we just like went somewhere quieter, but I think I'm really okay in the sense of I'm not gonna fall
Somewhere
over
quieter
or
then?
anything like that.
Let's go somewhere a bit quieter then. Just step aside in a hallway somewhere. And the two of us, Delnus, just the two of us, I hope that's okay with you. And Delnus, again, Mira looks kind of confused towards you and will say, I don't see why I couldn't be there too, right, Mira?
I do have stuff I need to explain to Delnus as well. I wasn't able to before because of reasons that I would also like to explain. But it might be
that
more.
can come later, though, right?
I guess
I only have so much time before I need to get back, so I would appreciate explaining it to me again so that I might potentially communicate to the Lady of the Woods what's occurred here.
Oh.
Is there any danger that she might have faced? Any worries on that front?
Nothing
Sorry,
I know of.
I'm asking you questions. Let's go somewhere a bit more private.
Okay. Sure.
And she grabs you slightly, not firmly, but guidingly by the arm. With a lot of authority, though, Mira.
Yeah.
And rolling with that 15 insight check, I think this now feels a lot more malevolent in nature, or very much like she's trying to stress an authority over you, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so you will be guided down. A lot of people are leaving the stands right now. The people on the actual field, the students who are in the middle of this duel, including Joan, seem to be speaking with Professor Haas. Haas is just having a very quick conversation with them and seems to be like running them through whatever information or judgment call about what they're doing, though that is not heard to your ears. Many of the people in the stands are leaving, as I said, so in that rush of people, not as many people as there was moments ago, Mira. That's a very, very easily identifiable piece of information. Where there used to be maybe a couple hundred people here, now there might be tens, maybe upwards of 50 people in the stands. All of whom seem to be getting up to leave. And so, queued up very slowly, you make your way downstairs to the main floor of the evocation department. And if you will allow her, Adeline will kind of pull you off into a secluded hallway or nook almost.
Okay.
Did you want to communicate with Delnus in any manner or try to bring her along?
What I actually might do if we're like leaving is I might like point at her and shoot her a message spell of like, if it's possible, maybe just sort of stay around in this general area so I can find you after, just to make sure everything's okay, because I really do need to talk to you about all this.
She will shoot back and say, "Yes, I wasn't planning on leaving."
Perfect.
And she looks at you worriedly as she goes to stand by the opening or the entryway into the evocation department. Adeline pulls you over into a secluded corner where there is shade so that you might be kind of obscured from passing crowds, and will lean in closely and hushedly say, "Mira, tell me what is happening right now."
Okay. But first, are we being listened to right now? Because that necklace,
I am listening to you right now.
But is
all you
anyone
should be
else?
concerned with.
Is anyone else listening to us?
How more obvious must it be? Yes, I put the necklace in your room, or a member of the Lady of the Woods' retinue put it in your room so that we might overhear what you were doing. Make sure that you were not enrolled in anything illicit or otherwise damning for us. We have uses for you yet. The Lady of the Woods has uses for you yet, Mira. I thought that much was clear.
Okay. Okay. So time and potentiality were really messed up for a little while. Because there were people. The school wasn't the school the way that we remembered it. I think maybe we weren't experiencing it because we were in the plane of Isithel, and then we came back, so it might have already started by then. But it was like the school was half the school but older, and half the school but now. It was almost like hundreds of years ago, and now mixed together, and it was wrong. And I think it just got fixed.
How?
Well, I wasn't there for the fixing, so I can only make assumptions, but I think, as far as I know, there is some kind of being that's responsible for managing things, and I think that got itself fixed. I wasn't really present for any of the of meeting of this person or in any real way, shape, or form, so I can only really relate secondhand stuff. It's something to do with beings and fixing things.
Is there danger to those here at the school or otherwise present right now in this moment?
Not that I know of. I think that there was danger before, because if I had tried to say Artis Artesian to you before that, you would have turned to glass and shattered, but you didn't do that, so I think that's kind of an indicator that things are fixed.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
Because you are saying some pretty far-fetched bullshit.
Yeah, I absolutely
Mira is
am.
canon.
10 plus 7, so 17.
Okay, 17. She will nod singularly with her eyes closed. The floral scent, that perfume that she was wearing, Mira, is kind of gone now.
Does she smell bad? Like a dead
She
person?
doesn't smell bad. She smells very neutral. Just like there's nothing pleasant to smell here and nothing unpleasant. Someone who would go very easily undetected walking around from people with scents. I don't fucking know what that sentence means, but take it.
Sterile.
No scent
as it will, Mira.
deodorant.
Yeah,
A
she
clean
wears no scent
hospital
deodorant.
room.
Okay.
She will look down at you because she is slightly taller than you. She seems taller than you than she actually is, I think, just because she looks
Just
down
the
her
vibes.
nose at you.
Yeah.
Yes. And will say, if that's all you know, I would ask that you find out any more that you can about this potentiality, about any potential dangers it might have towards people present, the ways it works. I've never heard of such a thing myself, and so I have a pang of fear in my being for it.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, things are returned to normal, and what was happening before was the not normal, so I'm assuming there aren't any additional risks, but to be fair, I could be completely wrong about that. That's just what I'm understanding right now.
Should you find that there is no more risk, or that there is more risk, either way, into the necklace, the ear, please speak the words, "I wish only to speak to the Lady of the Woods." And you'll be able to communicate very simply what your findings are.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I don't know if this is the right time, but since it's just the two of us speaking right now, I haven't run into Professor Raytheron since our last conversation. So if you were wondering about that,
I was, yes.
yeah, I kind of figured, so that's that.
Is there more to why your eyes glazed over, girl?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't think that's not really like, potentiality stuff.
So what is it then?
I have, I found some magic items when I went to school, that I can use to talk to people, and so when that all happened, I was talking to someone.
Who?
You don't know her? She's an
Yes, they're in
acquaintance.
No,
different
that's
school?
why. Pardon me? She's a queen?
An acquaintance. I said an acquaintance.
acquaintance.
I said an acquaintance. I didn't say queen. Why would I say queen? That doesn't make any sense.
Make a deception check for me.
Oh
I
my
did say
God.
acquaintance, but this is 9.
Divulging
plus
the villain,
7.
our like information.
16.
Holy shit.
16. She will look down at you and say, if you feel the need to be more useful more divulging about this information. The same thing holds. Only speak into that necklace. I wish only to speak to the Lady of the Woods.
Right. Okay.
If the mood finds you, of course.
Yeah. I don't think that had anything to do with potentiality stuff. I think that was just me talking to people that I know. So I don't think that can really help you. But
Of course.
if I get word that maybe it can, I'll let you know.
I would be surprised if you knew what could help us or not. But I'll leave that to your humble discretion, Mira Marchand.
Uh-huh.
And before your eyes, Mira, as she kind of takes a step back, you see her skin almost... You see the very clear shimmer of magic which has been dispelled, and a shimmer across her skin as her face grows more gaunt, as it almost seems the form of her clothes hangs more loosely upon her, like as if her body just got a lot more or a lot less full. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I say that? And her skin becomes much, much more pale. The same paleness that it was when you had first met her. Almost, snow-like. Undeathly pale. Like a corpse looking you in the face.
I get it. I get the...
Yeah.
I get
good.
the
I'm
implications
glad.
here.
I'm glad. And she will turn without another word and walk away from you.
Oh,
quickly.
are you okay? You seem a little, okay.
And she disappears around the corner as you call out towards her. What now?
I think that
Well, fuck.
I'm gonna look for Delmas.
Okay. You, standing there for a few seconds, just watching Adeline walk away from you, and then turn around a corner, decide to move and meet your girlfriend, and to continue with the regular goings-on of your day. If you do recall, Mira, just because it has been a while since we recorded, Delmas did ask you to come to her home.
Yes, she did.
Because she had things to discuss with you.
Yes.
But when you arrive to the front of the evocation department, the entry doors, you will see the one and only Delmas Wraithrin standing there and speaking with your other friends who had come in search of you. Winslow Wallaby, Integrity Idleberry, Saraneth Cinderman, and the Idleberry twins, of course. The three of you can find this fairly easily and spot Delmas in the very thinned out crowd now. It is returned to a very manageable sized campus, or a manageable density campus where you can actually find the people you're looking for. So I will say that can proceed without any worries. Was there anything of note that the three of you were talking with Delmas about when Mira walks up?
Maybe just asking how things were going.
You see anything weird recently?
Yeah.
Where's Mira?
Everything
How
all
are
right?
your parents?
Mira was perfectly fine, and she was getting along really well with my mom. They were it went really good. Honestly, I think they really I think my mom really likes her.
Saraneth, knowing the truth, is
and-
yep,
But then the people fighting the duel, Joan yelled out and Mira yelled back, and then did you all see the mirror thing?
What mirror thing?
Like the mirror thing that spread across the campus. There's people yelling. Mira said it had something to do with potentiality fixing itself, but she kind of whispered that to herself in a monologue-y kind of style way.
Is that what that
okay.
was?
And
Wink.
then Mira, her eyes glazed over a little bit, and she almost fell over. And then my mom started acting really weird. But
Oh.
is that something just happening on campus, or is there more to it?
I don't know about the eye glazing over.
No, yeah, we were just hanging out in the courtyard, and then the glass thing that you're talking about that kind of just filled the area, and then we heard the people
Okay.
panicking over here, so we kind of wanted to check
Okay,
in.
because when we asked her about it, she said Artis Artesian, as if his name would do something. And then Mira, you hear Delmas say Artis Artesian. You hear her say that line as you kind of walk up to this group of people.
Hey guys. So
there she is.
Is everything good? Is everything sorted and good and everything is cool?
Everything good here? Because it seems like a lot had happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you yelled the trigger word, so
We
Yeah, and it was fine, so everything is fixed, right?
Yeah, judging by the fact that there was that whole thing that happened, and I'm guessing everybody saw it, we think it's done?
Okay, that's good. Because I did say Artis and nobody shattered, and then Delnis just said Artis a second ago and nobody shattered. Yes, okay, there was a lot that I couldn't tell you before because I thought if I said anything, you would literally die because we went into somebody's dorm.
I was like so angry that night when you were like hiding something from me. I was like, are they doing dangerous stuff again? And they weren't telling me?
Well, okay, because, we went to somebody's dorm and we talked about Artis and she literally shattered into glass. So I wanted to tell you, but I thought you would literally shatter into glass. But now that everything is fixed, I can tell you everything. So we did fix it, right? We fixed it and everything's good. And is Keepsie, Keepsie is Keepsie the shepherd now, guys?
But begrudgingly, yeah.
While this is happening, I would like to have my 2 siblings right by my hip.
Yeah.
So like they're like one of their ears is like to my
against
to
your
my-
like
against
body
my
and-
leg or something like that, and then the other and my hands on the other side, just because.
So you're yes.
Yeah, like hiding these from.
I'm
them.
gonna help distract them by putting Mr. Wiggles on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Ernest and Honora really love Mr. Wiggles. They like pet him and like are crouching down. Integrity is muffling their ears, so any attention that isn't focused on the cat is focused on or is just like tuned out from the mufflage.
Perfect.
Mira, you say all of this. Winsler says begrudgingly begrudgingly Keepsie took the job.
Okay, so
that
should be good.
Is that so? Okay. Is that at all related to your eyes? Or like you...
Oh, so, okay, I think those two can't hear us, right? Okay, so, when I was... It's happened twice.
Should we talk
first
about
when
this
I was
here,
in
or do
fir-
we want to
No,
go
we probably
back to...
shouldn't. We should not
Okay.
talk about this here.
Does everyone... I think we all just go? Do the 3 of you and Integrity, your siblings, just want to come to the estate? Would that just be best?
Estate?
Like my house?
Like, remember where we went for the...
Oh,
That's
we're
what you
allowed.
call your house?
We're
Yeah,
allowed
it's
there
called-
again?
I mean, you weren't
Estate.
ever not allowed there.
That's
Oh,
a funny word for a house.
Well, it's like the land and the house, Winsler.
Whoa, like a farm?
You've been there a couple, like at least once now. It's yes, like the gardens and the like docks and like the grounds crew houses and everything like that. And then there's the beach house that I don't think any of you have been to, but it's there. So it's an estate. Yeah.
I thought
Wow.
your dad
In-
didn't like us.
I don't think he likes artists, like your mentor.
I mean,
So-
that's kind of
That's
fair.
not entirely a problem at the moment.
And also, he's kind of been distracted the past couple of days, so I don't think it'll be an issue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you think that's probably the best place that we could have a conversation, then I guess why not?
I mean, it's as private as it can get, and I had something that I was going to show Mira there anyway that might be relevant to the rest of you a bit, I guess. It kind of like ruins some of like the, of it, but yeah, let's just go there.
That sounds fun.
Sure,
All
yeah.
right.
Okay, yeah, sure. Is your mom okay? She kind of ran off and she got a little bit pale and like she looked like she suddenly
Like
was
sick?
like yeah, she looked like pale and sick, just like, and then she just kind of walked off. Is she sick or something? Like, is she good?
I know that sometimes when I visit her during the winter, she has to take breaks from like I just have to wander around or find things to do without her when she like takes moments to rest and recover. I know that she doesn't have like a very good constitution, and so being on her feet all the time and stuff like that can drain her really easy. So maybe being around a bunch of people and like worrying and checking in with you or having conversations with you and meeting you and all that stuff has kind of like drained her a bit.
Okay, I was just wondering. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Is she okay? What did you two talk about? She asks as all of you walk across campus.
Yeah, basically she just wanted to know what happened, so I explained it to her, and then she said some stuff about Alla Algrim, but I don't think I should repeat it right now because, and I'm gonna like pull the ear necklace out and be like, this is a thing? It does what it looks like it does, apparently. So I'll tell you more about that when we get to the estate, I guess.
Okay. And so as you all walk across campus, can you make perception checks for me to
Yeah.
notice some tiny little fun details?
Oh, goody.
Ooh, bad
Some
roll.
little goodies.
That's a 5 total. That's a 2 plus 3.
I got 17.
That's a 13.
Interesting. I see.
Numbers.
Numbers? In my Dungeons and Dragons?
No numbers allowed.
completely
Don't we just role
absurd.
play?
That is a 17 plus 2, so 19.
Okay, so 19, 17, 13, and Mira? What did you get, sorry? Oh, fuck. Okay, Mira, you are caught up in talking with Delnus and then thinking about the way Terrassus just appeared to you now. Almost with no warning, at least when you had gone and sought out Angelica and had that vision, it was kind of like your arm was kind of like at least something was occurring with your arm.
It
that
was
might
like
indicate
directing me
something.
to go. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. With this one, it just happened, which I don't know if that's alarming on your radar at any point, but I think it would be in your thoughts nonetheless, enough to distract you, cloud your perceptive abilities, and then, of course, the conversation with Adeline and blah, blah, blah. The rest of you, oh boy, howdy, how campus is wonderful. I think it's like almost like coming home and seeing all the fine details that you'd forgotten about, or seeing a person that you haven't seen in a long time that you forgot, oh, they have a freckle right there, or something like that, right? Like, oh, they changed their hair, oh, their ears look like this. Like when you imagine someone's face in your head, you can see it and you know you're seeing it, but the absolute form of that person isn't solidified, if you know what I mean. And so as you're walking around campus, the tiny details that were missing kind of fill in, and you have these realizations of, oh, it's almost like I didn't realize that was missing. Things like little eaves on the buildings, like the gutters almost are back to being normal and made of tin or something when they were made of wood just moments ago. You see there's greenhouses that had been missing for some reason up by a statue of a hummingbird. That's very nice to see. Serenep, you see a big fucking tree sprouting up. It's brightly colored. It's the sweetling you see seems to be thriving in the few days since you've potted it. But all these little tiny details. You do not see any golems or any evidence of golems being around. You see a lot of workers and grounds workers specifically wearing Crow Mercantile kind of like garb, which would be gray robes with like a large crow emblazoned on the back. There's people raking and clipping at trees, washing the walls and the paths, sweeping things up, all this and more. And notably, you see a ninth tower standing on the precipice of the school, looking unique from all the others and just how you remember your campus being.
Incredible. We're back, baby.
You're back. And so, Delnus leads you not to the concourse, as you might expect, but instead to the Hall of Voyages, a cathedral-like, or a Gothic hall at the very least. She'll inform you on the way there. Oh, the concourse is kind of like out of service. It's one way right now just because of the amount of people coming. So they set up a teleportation pad in here for us for people if they wanted to get home. So we can just pop upstairs and go. And as you
That's easy then.
I wonder if I'm still allowed in here.
as you enter into the Hall of Voyages, again, it just feels like home, right? You see an open door off to the right-hand side of the room, a steep staircase going down. You recall this leads down to what should be Artis's office, though the last time you checked on it, it was a broom cupboard. And Delnus will make her way to a set of stairs that goes up. I don't know if all of you wanted to follow her, or maybe you wanted to go downstairs and check things out.
I kind of want to go down and check things out first. Because, there's the little differences in back at the school, and I want to make sure that, everything is back.
Like, is Fidan's office still going to be there since she did shatter as a student and did not undo itself?
We've got some extra confirming to do.
Yes.
Do we have to tell Pebble Artist that we killed his wife before she became his wife?
I'm pretty sure he was there, so...
Whoops.
Pebble Artist was
shit. He doesn't have
Might
any,
have heard
like,
it, yeah.
any, like, I don't know, perception.
We don't know what kind of senses a Pebble has.
So do all of you want to go downstairs?
Might be easier if we go as a group.
Yeah.
Okay. Integrity, you're going to bring your siblings?
Yes. I'm just gonna give them a tour, I guess.
Okay.
Perhaps like
Dallas-
if artist has like a picture of us on his desk, I can show them what artist looks like.
You can show what
Dallas
artist looks like
will-
by asking Sereneth to open her pockets.
Delnis will walk towards the stairs to go up, and she sees the the six of you walking towards that side staircase, and she will say, I'll just meet you up there and get it ready to go, I guess. Just take your time. There's not really that big of a rush.
Okay, we just need to check on something. Artist related, obviously,
Okay.
given the whole. Yeah.
Is he okay?
Never better.
No, but no, he's not. But hopefully
Oh.
we can fix that.
Sereneth pats her
Okay.
pocket.
That's what I mean. Never better. He hasn't been better in never.
And so Delnis, worried, a very discernible look of worry on her face, walks upstairs to the mezzanine teleportation circles. Then 6 of you descend this steep staircase, all in a row like ducks. There's a large room where there used to be the teleportation circle used, or the planar orrery used to enter Isithil, the one that Winsler, you broke into. All the machinery here has been scrapped, the cabinets emptied. They have, however, been filled with a couple of books and assorted items, though not fully. The room's just in the middle of being repurposed. You know how it is with these things. You see a hallway extending down and a break room at the end. Offices line either wall, and you walk for a moment and find an office door, which says Artesian upon it.
What about the
closed.
other door next?
yeah.
Does that one also say Artesian?
Mira, you peek at the one directly to the left of your mentor Artis's office, and there on the door, wooden and thick, it says in cast iron letters, Artesian.
Okay, so that's good. That means we didn't permanently murder Fidan. So
Integrity, your
did it?
siblings kind of just look a little bit worried at Mira when she says that and are silent. A scary sign.
in a game that we were
Yes.
playing.
Yes.
Yeah,
whatever.
we had a bit of a joke where we took off the nameplate on the door.
Yeah, and then we were like, oh no, when we remove the nameplate, that means that they disappear. But it's all a joke. It's all a
just
joke.
a prank.
Yeah, that does not happen here. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
you don't have to worry about people just disappearing or dying or there's none of that here. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yes. What are you doing?
I was
Fair
just gonna
enough?
say, while they're all panicking and trying to explain this made-up game to the kids, I think Serenep's just gonna go and open the door to Artis's office
Okay.
while they're
While you
like
do that-
losing their
While
mind.
you do that, can you Integrity give me a fucking deception check with disadvantage?
Oof.
Because you explained it in a really scary way.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay. Deception again. Wow, I'm rolling a lot of deceptions.
Liar.
So either 19 or
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
or 3.
Oh no!
Beautiful.
You see
I got a
tears in
1.
your-
I got
you
a 1.
see tears well in your brother's eyes, and Enora will say, Rustin told us that if you take the nameplate off someone's door, then they die, and then we thought that was a joke, so we did it to next door neighbor, Delilah, and she was found in her bed dead the next day. Integrity.
Oh my god! I love how your siblings just admitted to murder as well.
I
in some
am
weird
just
magic
going to
sense.
stare at them like, what the heck? I did not know about Delilah.
Ernest says, it's Rustin's fault, though. He told us to do it.
Oh, it's not your fault.
And fair
that-
enough, you open the door. And
Oh my
inside you see Artesian's cramped office. There's bookshelves lining the walls, a wide wooden desk, too large to actually be a reasonable piece of office furniture in this room, and a small wooden desk chair shoved under the desk. There's two visitors' stools in front where sometimes you four would take turns sitting and speaking to your mentor. And there's a large book on his desk that's like half open, or it's open on his desk. It takes up a large amount of surface area, and it seems to be the book that was kind of his guide to the Isithil marshes. The one, if you recall, that Fenwick had given to him, that you had seen when you came and investigated his office before heading down into the under campus. That all that time ago. It's covered in a thin layer of dust, as if no one's touched it in a couple of weeks.
I'm getting hit by this weird sense of melancholy.
Yes.
I think she just goes over and I guess looks at the book just to
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely. You run your hand along it. The dust's licked up by your fingers. And yeah, that strange sense of melancholy hits you. You haven't seen your mentor in a couple of weeks now. I mean, he's in your pocket, Sereneth, even now as we speak, but that's not really him, right?
It's not just a boulder.
It's a rock. I think like she takes Artist the pebble and sets him on the desk like in front of the book.
Yeah. There's a little nameplate that says Artist Artesian. You set it right next to it, and it for a moment becomes a very humorous tableau of Artist Artesian with a pebble that says Artist Artesian on top of it. What about the rest of you? What are you all doing?
Can I take a peek inside the other room? Just because, like, even though the nameplate is there, if anything has shifted from the last time that I
Absolutely.
opened it. Many
Last time you
moons
broke
ago.
into that place, like half a year ago.
No.
You walk up to the door, Integrity Idleberry. The door is, in fact, locked still.
Time
So
to
you
break
can
in
try to pick the
again.
lock if you'd like.
Yes. I tried
you
to
like to-
do the same thing that I did before.
Would you like to do so discreetly?
Yes.
Okay, so I need you to make for me a Thieves' Tools check and a stealth check, please.
I haven't done that in a long time.
I know. Rogue shit.
For stealth, I got 13 plus 9.
Nice.
Okay.
So 22.
Okay.
And then for the Thieves' Tools, I got 5 plus proficiency. It's been way too long, y'all.
And your dex modifier as well, or is it just proficiency?
It should be dexterity and proficiency, yes.
Okay, well then that is a 11.
An
Oof.
11.
Damn.
Okay. Integrity very discreetly walks over to this lock to the point that most of you don't really realize she's doing so. Mira, I think you might just think, oh, she's just glancing at the nameplate just like me. And then you hear slowly the ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk as Integrity stands there for probably 30 seconds trying to unlock the door. Integrity, you can unlock the door, but you will be noticed, or you can give up trying to open the door if you don't want anyone to notice.
I'm gonna keep on opening it.
Okay, so all of you very clearly then hear Integrity opening the door as a very ham-fisted lock-picking attempt. And slowly it conks open, not satisfyingly whatsoever. And inside you see... What's
I
up?
was just saying that I would assume that I was like doing it, and it's been a long time since I've done it, so it started getting loud once it wouldn't work, and I'm getting
Yes.
frustrated, and I'm
Yes.
just like shaking.
Work. Yeah, you open the door. Inside you can see thick dust covering all of the surfaces. There's a rack with cloaks and ribbons upon it, a large and orderly desk. The space utilization in this room seems to be much, much, much better, just as a note, compared to Artist's office, since it's on the table of topics we're discussing. And there's also a globe that is partially painted with some flags stuck into the surface, not presumably even, near the desert borders.
Okay, so it's exactly the same.
It seems to be exactly the same, with a bit more dust than last time, Integrity.
Okay. Well, this time around, I would like to clue in into the globe and sort of, just because it has piqued my curiosity, having met not real.
Was she
her.
not real?
like the potentiality her.
Pseudo Fidan.
So having met her, like I feel like my interest in her has peaked a little bit.
Okay.
So I would like to sort of key in into more detail about their room and finding out more about her.
Okay. Absolutely. Integrity Idleberry, you walk over towards this globe, you give it a light spin. Again, there's a thick layer of dust that kind of obscures everything, so you might wipe that off with your hand or your sleeve, and it reveals there's these little pins or flags almost stuck into the surface of the globe. It seems to be hand painted. There's 3 in the northeastern section of the desert that's marked or denoted here on the globe, and there is 2 that are in the southeast area. There's 1 near the center of the desert area, but that one seems to not have anything actually written or any other information about it. Those other ones I mentioned that are on like the edge, the extremities of this marked out desert, those have little dates written next to them, as well as expedition and expedition A, expedition B, expedition C. The one that's in the center of the desert seems to be expedition F, and has no other information.
Okay.
If you wanted, you can make me a history check, which will act as like a geography kind of like where these things are relative to landmarks you might know.
16, 12 plus 4.
Okay. The northeastern ones seem to be, from your knowledge, around the current Flax Eye clan's land. The other ones are on the far, on the western side of the mudflats. There's a large bay which splits the mudflats almost and makes the mudflats for that matter. That area you don't know a ton about, but you can recognize that those southern, like those southeastern sites, expedition sites, are on the western side of the mudflats.
Okay.
Fadan info. Wow.
Ooh. Fadan lore?
What? There's
So,
there's no butterflies on the walls in here, however, because it was an oversight however many episodes ago. Kind of a weird error to make, but whatever.
Okay.
That's just me
Yeah.
being upset with myself.
So I'm just taking note of that, but
Okay.
once I have that information, I'm going to go back out.
I think
Absolutely.
while like Integrity is looking, and like I imagine Ernest and Honora aren't like then therefore paying attention to Winslow and I'd probably just be like asking him like fill in details about the Keepsie stuff, like
Okay,
oh yeah, okay, like okay, so then they agreed to it, like they did that, like did anything interesting, like that kind of thing.
Okay, perfect. And then Serenep is in Artis's office, kind of having this somber moment. Was there anything else you wanted to be doing, Serenep?
I think being in the room kind of fuels the thought process of we have to do something to bring artists back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just kind of looking around like at these bookshelves that he has where he's collected these books on like his studies and everything, I think it would just be a moment of like, is there anything here that I think she's just kind of craving the knowledge on how to fix things, because that's just how she works with a lot of issues. And she's just like staring at the books.
Absolutely. You look around. Most of them are centered around historical documents, like actual historical accounts of what might have happened in times before things were written down, almost like a written after the fact kind of major moments in prehistory, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like a magical historical account. And then others are more modern such events. And a lot of them are like disaster events, which is kind of a weird thing. You see like 3 books that are just like horrible magical incidents that have happened, Serenep. That's just like a compendium index of them. Like maybe that's his like weird secret hobby of like looking at horrible catastrophes. You don't know.
Maybe hoping not
Ironic.
to like not to repeat history kind of idea.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's the center of Artis's like collection here. There doesn't seem to be anything about necromancies or rituals or anything of the sort, bringing people back from the dead. It's mostly just like, and then the mountain opened and a bunch of pixies flew out, or and then they all the people turned into goats, and it was quite a magical time. Like weird stuff like that. Those kind of magical phenomena that have just plainly occur sometimes, as you look around the room.
I think kind of just seeing no answer in the room, she just kind of like sits down. Like I think she's just kind of like, I'm gonna sit down until they tell me that we're leaving, and she's kind of like rests her face into her hands on like just sitting at the desk and just trying to think.
Integrity is going to walk out of the other room, and
Fadan's
she's going to like
office.
Yes, and I'm going to clap my hands together.
Mhm.
Well, we got our answers here. It seems like everything is still in order. Shall we go back to Delness now?
Yeah, I guess. Is
Yeah, I
Sereneth
think
good?
so.
She's been in there for a while. Hey,
Sereneth?
Sereneth, you good?
Yeah, she gets up, she picks up the pebble again and
Absolutely.
puts it back in her pocket and makes her way out of the room.
Absolutely. The four of you, as well as the Idleberry twins, kind of in a moment of shock, the two of them be. I just turned into a pirate.
Not again, please, not
You can
again.
all proceed back up the stairs to the main floor of the Hall of Voyages. You hear, I think, as you make your way up the stairs, you hear a tapping on stone as if someone is tapping their foot impatiently. And as you ascend to the second floor mezzanine of this Hall of Voyages, you see Delness standing there. She is kind of tapping her foot and looking around anxiously, Mira, waiting for you all to arrive. And upon seeing you all, will kind of look a bit relieved. Mira, it's that same expression she made when you came back from talking with Big Stinky that one time, when she was genuinely worried that something terrible had happened to you. It's that same relieving expression that she makes. And she'll say, okay, so is everything okay? Is everything's ready to go?
We're pretty sure everything is the way it was before the stuff that went down. So, in that sense, yes, we should all be good.
Okay. Is there any considerations we have to make for, like, moving? How exactly does this work? Like, is teleportation gonna be weird?
It should be fine now, right, guys?
I think so, yeah.
I don't see how it could go wrong.
Oh, God.
Famous last words.
Well,
That's a death
I guess
flag.
that's one way to put it.
And so you can all step onto this. It's a smaller teleportation circle than you might be used to, or teleportation platform than you might be used to. It has a slight orange hue to it as the runes glow underfoot. And Delness will stand there for a moment after you've all stood there and will say to a small statue that just looks like a little goblin with its hands crinkled together and making a little mischievous face. And she will say, "Wraithrin Estate, please." And then in Elvish, which I think Mira, are you the only one here who speaks Elvish, or does someone else speak
I
Elvish
speak
as
it.
well?
I don't know if anyone else
Speak very
speaks it.
weak Elvish.
I don't speak it.
I do not speak Elvish.
Basic terms.
Okay,
No,
so in
I
that
do not
case,
speak it.
Mira, Delness will say in Elvish, "Long may leaves of youth stay in season," and the little goblin statue will kind of like move its hands as if it's about to clap, and then the stone underfoot glows even more. And when the goblin statue claps, you all
I stand corrected. I actually do speak Elvish.
okay.
Oh,
in that
I just went
case,
through my
you do,
list.
in fact, you now know the password.
Edumacated.
Oh, shit.
You, Mira, and Sereneth now know the password to get to the Wraithrin Estate through the Hall of Voyages in that case. And so the goblin statue claps its hands, and you all find yourselves on a very autumnal scene. You're standing upon a similar, if not identical, teleportation circle in a hedge maze, in the center of a hedge maze. Not trapped in the maze. I want to be very clear. There's like a walkway to get through the maze to the center, and then around you a hedge maze exists for those who like hedge mazes. You seem to be on the grounds proper of the Wraithrin Estate. The hedges around you, a rusty orange kind of color in the fall, the grass dying in the late season. There's large trees that are devoid of any leaves at this time of year, and there's a kind of frost in the air as the night kind of sets in, since you are a bit further away from where Wildcliff is. And as you arrive at the Wraithrin Estate, you can all hear the sweet sound drifting out the window from the actual mansion proper, the sweet sounds of piano music, a dull hum in the air. And you hear the clip of some shears as you see the butler, Felice, an older elf with kind of balding silver hair, cutting and trimming the hedges.
I was hoping he wasn't going to be here.
Why not?
I like him. Delness will kind of proceed quickly, rushing towards the house almost, Mira. And all of you can follow close behind her.
Perfect.
is there anything anyone wants to do while Delnis leads you through into the house? Anywhere you look, any thoughts running through your heads?
Yeah, there's a thought running through my head. We're
Oh,
back
no.
here.
Yes, you
and
are.
the Raythrin estate is quite a wealthy place,
It
correct?
is Winsler, yes.
And Professor Raythrin has a lot of moolah, allegedly.
Not
Not a lot of
a lot of
moolah
it.
in a sense like money, but
But
like
he has a lot of-
physical wealth.
There's physical things in this house. Yes, many of them. Lots
I'm
of
just
them.
gonna
Tons of
rob
them.
this man.
Because perhaps there is something that I might look for while inside said house.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Why don't you tell me what it is?
Perhaps, I don't know, maybe, a platinum inlaid vial worth maybe about 400 gold pieces.
It's beginning.
That's a conjuration spell, is it not? Just to be clear.
The spell that I require these materials for?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. That will influence things. And so, Winsler, your eyes peeled for such adornments, and the rest of you kind of rushing along, maybe thinking of the last time you were here, or Serenep and Mira in your cases, the last two, or, well, maybe Mira not in your case, but Serenep the last two times you've been here, of just like the bad kind of stuff which has happened here. Those thoughts fill your head as you walk past the butler Felice wearing groundskeeper's clothes. He bows at the hip, or hinging 90 degrees at the hip as you all walk by. Integrity, your siblings they are still out of it from the conversation earlier, but they seem delighted at the fact that someone's bowing to them. That's never happened to them before. And the rest of you can wander into the mansion proper, which is where we'll pick up next time on Trials and Trebuchets. Sarah, can you give us an outro?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, guys. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. Okay, just make fun of me. Just bully me in my own home. I see how it is. It's fine. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. If you did, it would mean so much if you were to leave a rating or a review on whatever podcatcher app you use. They really help us out so much. We read all the reviews. They are truly wonderful. If you would like to see things like teasers, art, and maps and other cool exclusive content, you can follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Trials and Trebs. And if you're feeling extra generous and you really want to give us like that special level of support, we also have a Patreon at patreon.com/trialsandtrebs. And that really helps us, do things like afford our hosting fees, equipment, editing software, and just like keep the lights on and pay our bills. Yes. And so if you want to do that, you can get really cool things like access to exclusive blooper reels, the ability to have your own Patreon NPC appear in the show, and other similar super cool rewards like DM notes. Finally, we do have a Discord server where you can talk to us and other listeners, and if you would like to find the link to that, you can find it in our episode bios.
Yes, that is all 100% the truth. Sarah has spoken nothing but the truth. Thank you, everyone.
Please sign here.
Please sign here. Everyone, thanks for joining me this week. I hope that you, the people listening, keep your ears peeled for next week. Bye!
Bye, everybody!
Listen to us.
Scandal in Academia 2!
It is the month of November of the year 2021. As it is the start of a new and exciting month, we must thank the patrons.
Since when did a goose host this show?
Oh shit.
That's exciting. We're here to
damn.
thank patrons. There's 4 of us here. You'll hear their voices in a second. I'm not alone, and it's not 3 a.m., and it's exciting for me.
That makes it sound like you are alone and it is 3 a.m.
We're just the voices in your head.
We all recorded separately. I'd like to first start by thanking Jojody. Thank you, Jojody, for being our patron. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next person in line that we have to thank goes by the name Ricochet.
Oh, Ricochet, thank you.
You so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm
We'd
tired,
also
so
like-
I'm sorry if I'm low energy.
That's because
You
it's
would
3
have
a.m.
sounded fine. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not 3 a.m. And I'm not thanking Zane Chapman at 3
Why not?
a.m.
Why not?
Sorry, Zane.
Because it's not 3 a.m.
Oh, okay. Thanks, St. Chapman.
Thanks,
Thank
Zane
you.
Chapman.
And thank you to Melanie for your wonderful donations to our cause of living.
Thank you. You let us alive.
You let us alive? Oh my god, it really is 3
I have
a.m.
a thank you to say to the next one. That is, Emily, thank you. You're a different Emily than the Emily that I think people might imagine who record this show when I say the name Emily, but you are invaluable to us nonetheless.
Thank
You're
you,
a valued
Emily.
Patron.
I also
Thank
want
you,
to say I
Emily.
very much love your Adora icon.
Oh, yes. I do like the Adora icon. Thank you for that.
Wonderful.
I would like to say a thank you to Kirsten Schultz. Hopefully I got your last name correct. Thank you very
Yes.
much for supporting
Thank
the
you
Patreon.
very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I would like to say a thank you to Cheyenne Jones. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Cheyenne.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
We appreciate your patronage.
I would like to say thank you to Spuggy Bear.
Thank you, Buggy Bear.
Thanks, Buggy Bear.
Thank you.
We love it.
Oh, all right. Next up to bat for thank yous, Peter Shevchik. Thank you so much. I hope that one was good. I think you specifically asked me if I could do a good job, and I hope that I haven't disappointed you. Thank you for being
Thank
our patron.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next in line for thank yous is Matt Dam. Thank you so
Matt
much.
Dam. Step right up. Thank you so much.
And one more thank you we have to AJ. Thank you very much, AJ.
AJ, thank
you.
you.
AJ, thanks.
And last
Thank
but
you.
certainly not least, Kaylee Walker. Thank you so much.
Kaylee Walker.
Thank you, Kaylee Walker.
Thank
appreciate
you.
To all the patrons out there, everyone who looks at our little Patreon and says, yeah, I'll give you $1, you fucking idiots. Thank you so much. It means the world to us. Together, you all combined your efforts and your wallets and allowed us to pay our bills and do equipment purchasing and just generally pay bills and keep the lights on, as people say.
We don't really appreciate you guys calling us idiots, but we still appreciate you anyway. Thank you.
It's okay. We'll take it, honestly. But, if
It's not wrong. We are.
anyways, it's all of those people who are our patrons. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
and
much.
we will
Thank you
see
so
you in
much.
December for more of this. Bye.
Bye.